there's a next stage in this video. So I got to replace this stop key, right? Seems like a pretty simple thing to do. This is super hard. This is a little switch that they're calling a stop key that this runs into and hits. And the little plunger on this is broken on this one. All right, so kind of involved. I would even call it hard. I mean, I don't know what level you guys are. I'm going to put that up right there. So the first thing you have to do is you have to remove these little Phillip heads right here. All right, so we're going to take those out. Oops, always unplug or power off. There we go. I just had to show you the code, so I need to power on for the code. All right, one little Phillips. I'll go around so I'm not blocking in your way. Although I guess that's really the same thing, it doesn't matter too much. So this gets you to nothing right off the bat, okay? But you have to take these out sooner or later, all right? So the next thing is two little screws, one right here and one located on the exact opposite side. So I gotta move my hood. I need to get here. This is gonna be impossible to do without getting in your way. So we're going to take this one off. I might have to get my drill out. Hang on, let me get my drill. I can't take it. I hope that mirror reflection doesn't make this too funky. May not be able to post it, who knows, but we'll find out. Taking off that one. Taking off that one. Then there are 4 or 5 in the back. Hold on, let me reposition the camera. All right, so here's the back of the console. These screws have got to be removed right here. There's one here. I know you can't see that, but one here and one there. All right. So I'm just going to zip these out. Nice, normal Phillip head. But there's a lot to take apart to get to that silly little switch. Don't tell me all I have to do. There we go. All right, so there's going to be 2 over here that you're not going to be able to see. I'm going to take those out real quick. One thing about Precor, it's funky on some things, but it's pretty well made, so you don't work on them too much, or at least I don't. I guess if you were a Precor rep, you would see them more than me. All right, so you would think, since all the screws are out, it would just pop off, right? Well, it does not. It's kind of held in by these brackets down here. So the next thing we have to do is I'm going to show you. Hold on one second. All right, so the next step, our little Precor adventure, is we have to remove 3 on this side and 3 on the other. The 7/16, I just don't have a 7/16. I might have a torque that can fit it, but it won't take too long to do it by hand. It'll kill me, but it'll be all right. Okay. So now you have to kind of lift it up a little. Take these little original tabs out that you took the screws out of. It's a pretty annoying little detail, to be perfectly honest with you. But I can't do nothing about that. It's what it is what it is. Alright? So hang on one second and we will attempt to take the back cover off. Alright, so I'm going to attempt to take this back cover off now. Don't forget, I removed the screws in the back. I removed the screw right here. Seems like it'd be loose, but it fits so perfectly with the frame, it's going to have to be lifted up. So what I did was I put a little bungee cord on it, and I just wrapped the bungee cord down to the inner frame. Don't know if that's going to work or not. Kind of hoping it will. Alright, so I'm going to lift this up a little bit, and then you got to take a flathead or something and kind of pry that off, alright? So, I don't know why, what's the purpose? I'm just not making that a little bit tinier, so the back of the cover just slips off. I'm sure they'll have some Precor reason. Yeah, right. So I'm going to lift this up a little bit because, like I said, it's hooked onto a bungee cord. So I don't think it'll fall back on me. You hear a loud crash and hear me crying. Go. Alright. So I got it loose. Now I got to do it to the other side. So what I did was, you saw I lifted it and I pulled it back. So let me do that to the other side. I'm going to put you on hold for one more second. Alright, so I got the back of the cover off. Don't know why this has got to be so difficult like that. I'm sure if you traveled in groups of 2, it wouldn't be too bad. So again, I had to kind of lift this up a little bit, as you saw on the other side. Just because it's heavy and I don't want to take no chances, I bungee cord it so it can't flip backwards on me. All right, so now we're going to set you up for the actual service call. Hang on a second. All right, so here is the next stage. This is kind of what we're out here to do, is we're replacing this. Well, we're out here to do a lot. That's the next thing that we're doing. And that was originally located on this connector right here. All right, but you can't get to the switch. I noticed that. I got to remove this piece. So let's see. It really honestly seems like a lot of work, especially for a commercial machine. A lot of times residential, they don't care because a lot of people buy a new one rather than put too much time and effort into it. But some of these commercial Precors are $7,000 to $10,000, so people have a tendency to put a little more effort into that. All right, so there's the old switch. You can see the switch buried in right here. Not sure how it pops out. I'll have to figure that out. Might have to get my light for that. Yeah, hang on. Let me see how it pops out, and then I'll show you once I learn how. Okay, so it's still on this switch. I don't see any levers or anything. So I pushed on it, and it seems pretty easy to get out. So I'm going to assume it's all rusty. probably just bad. So I just pushed on it really hard. Didn't really want to do that, but didn't have no choice. Make sure that makes contact. So this little piece right here is the whole trick to it. So I guess it's got to be buried in here deep enough. I don't see how it hit that switch. I guess you can't see it. Super magic. So we'll find out. I'm going to put the other one back in real quick. So this goes up here like this. I guess I'm going to assume it's going to work. Let's see. So I'm going to put this back. That's some more Precor magic, I guess. And should I connect any of these wires first? I'm not going to get to those wires. I won't be able to once I'm in there. Is it going to fit up there? Hang on. I got to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, so I think I did the original one wrong. I think what's going to have to happen, because this key switch needs to hit this little plunger, and the way I had it installed the first time, I don't think it would have. So, turned it around the other way, installed the switch to where the little plunger is going to be what's exposed. Makes logical sense. All right. I'm going to have to tighten down that connector just a little bit. Hang on again. All right, so this didn't feel like it had a really good connection on that. So we're going to try squeezing the spade lug head just a little bit. Hopefully I won't do it so much so I can't get it on. Then I'll have to widen it back out a little bit more. I'm just squeezing down on the lug just to make it fit firmer. There, I like that better. All right, so. I don't think it likes that. Okay, that's the way it obviously goes in. All right, little plunger to the top. You should have one of the lugs exposed. Another Phillips right down here. Hold on, let's see if this works, all right? You should no longer be getting the safety key signal. Hang on 1 second. All right, getting ready to turn it on. Let's see, you'll know before I do, although I can see it. Let's see. Awesome. All right, so remember before it said, I don't know, safety key issue. So hang tight. All right. Belt starting, is that true? 3, 2, 1. Good deal. So we did the controller right, and we've done the safety switch right. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to change this walking belt. It's going to be the toughest of the 3, but it's a good path.